Hello and welcome to tonight's TPK. As we return to the desolate wastes somewhere in the northern abandoned part of the world. So tonight we are obviously all coming to you from undisclosed locations for our own safety. And definitely none of us are within 6 feet of another individual for our safety. So I don't think there's anything else to announce game-wise. So without further ado, I think we just go ahead and head straight on into the recap. Does anyone remember how we started our last session?
Mm-mm.
We were returning to the Oasis.
Yep.
I know how we.
Wait, you weren't there. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm not pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
Were you there?
I definitely was.
I think
Oh.
He's been present.
yeah,
I don't know.
he was there.
It's been like 3 years.
We arrived at Oasis.
Well, you and I took off that break so that we could go on vacation, right, Aaron? That worked out well.
I'm really upset that I couldn't go.
You need to grab my book. I'll be back.
So, yeah, actually,
yeah, you couldn't get into the Oasis because they kept on barring you from actually getting to the water.
The god had changed.
Well, he got in, he just couldn't go to the water.
They were far less canine friendly as they used to be.
Yeah.
there's a new warden.
yeah, those you guys encountered the new friendly inhabitants of the Oasis.
Led by Sarah.
Yeah. Hey, you remembered her name.
That's the
Oh, I
daughter.
remember that bitch's name.
And she had something for you, right, Aaron? Right, Melissa?
Yeah, I have a bounty on me apparently. No one else does. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, I forgot that.
I'm the good one.
You're just that popular.
It's because I'm the only one with money.
Or
Or
you know, or you were the most memorable one. That's another way to look at it.
Sure, I'm gonna go with that just to make myself feel better.
You made a real impression. So, in exchange for agreeing to help her out, right? In exchange for for agreeing to help out the friendly elf lady Sarah,
We would get an audience with her daddy.
That's right. That's right.
with Daddy.
Sir Regis Philbin.
Sure. You can go with that if you want to.
Yes.
I think that's strong choice either way. So, after you accepted the mission, does anyone remember what the mission was that you accepted?
We need to kill some vagrants. The usual.
Somebody pointed it out, but you guys were actually hired to go and murder hobos.
Yep, take their ears. Get 20 ears.
Their left ears.
20 left ears.
Yep.
Classic D&D. No.
Hence the name of last episode, Irresistible.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Devin.
You guys headed out into the
Oh.
desert. Orin came up with a very original idea of how to attract the attention of the passing vandals, right?
Yeah, go out there with my big stone.
That's what you're calling it?
Which sprang the trap perfectly. Next thing you knew, you guys were in a fight for your lives. You did successfully fight off and kill a group of Raishar Harat.
Because Orin's a DEA.
Sure.
DA.
Gary killed everybody again. Same
What?
day.
You
I
definitely
remember,
killed-
isn't it Yuri's fault that we all lost gravity for a little bit?
Yep.
That is
Sneeze.
that is also true.
It's a simple
Yeah.
sneeze.
It's a sneeze heard around the planet, or
Oh, yeah.
for at least 100 miles.
I launched everyone in the air, so
Equal opportunity
Well,
launcher.
yeah.
So after that fight, you guys pressed onward and found what?
Jesus.
Found a whole camp of terrible vagrant elves, but
No, innocent people.
peace-loving person that I am, I came up with a solution.
Yeah.
Elegant.
Nah, you wanted to kill him. Yeah, we decided.
I'm the one who talked them into the idea of cutting her ear off. What?
Was that you or was that someone else?
It
No,
was
that-
a combination of me and Gary.
Yeah, that was I forget whose
It was
idea
combo.
it was. I think it was Melicine's idea.
If it was a
Personally.
good one, it was Gary's.
Of course.
Whatever.
Yeah, I agree with Gary.
Well,
You're cool.
whoever had the idea, that's what you guys decided to go with, and you were able, with a remarkably good charisma roll, you were able to convince the Harat chief, even though he was legally entitled to be there, which he proved to you, he was legally entitled to be there. You convinced him to have him and 9 of his adults cut off their left ear and then flee into the desert after Thoric healed them. That's right. Thoric did decide to heal them. Very generous.
And the people who hired us were the Galfani, right?
Yep, that was a group of Galfani at the Oasis that hired you.
Just know it was Sarah. Doesn't matter the group. She's the one to blame. She's the one we kill next.
Yep. What? No, we don't kill her.
Something's wrong with you.
What? I mean, I don't know that she's gonna be as interested in you as Susan will be.
Susan?
Wasn't
No,
that what
we-
it is?
We get our audience and we get on. Get on out.
Get on what?
Get on the get.
Yeah, so we got the ears, and now we're heading back, right?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
where we resumed for tonight's game. We resume as you guys are climbing the dune out of the Harat camp. Headed, as you can see, it is late afternoon, and you can see the smoke rising in the distance ahead of you from the burned out camp that you passed. Beyond that smoke, the Oasis lies. Anyone who wishes may roll a perception check to just reconnoiter
That's
the
all.
area.
Good.
21?
12.
Is that?
Oh wait.
Everyone good?
Nah.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Anyone who rolled above a 10?
I got 11.
Anyone who
Yes,
rolls,
11.
anyone who rolls above a 10 notices that there is a large structure due to the west of you from here. This large structure is visible in atop a rather high ridge of rocks that rise above a winding canyon that is also off to your west. From where you were before, you couldn't see this large structure, but from where you are now, you can. As you look out across the waste, any of you who rolled above 15 can notice a glinting, reflecting light due north from your current position. It appears very far and would be north of the Oasis. All of you know, whatever you roll, all of you know that beyond the smoke column that rises directly ahead of you lies the Oasis. And I've put the map up on here so you guys can reference that if you want to.
I'd like to have a meeting with just our group and not the extra elves we took with us.
How do you want to phrase that?
I'm going to say, excuse me, guards, can you scout ahead for a bit? Thank
Alright.
you. Do your job.
Yeah, they'll share a look. They shrug and they scout ahead.
Even with a bounty on me, I still take charge. Do we need to kill them?
Well,
Because
you wait until
Already?
No!
they're gone.
they're like 3 steps behind.
Why don't we
Yeah,
get
as
the
soon as they're
air
out
back?
of earshot. As soon as they're out of earshot. Okay. Because they could report that we didn't actually kill anybody, we just took the ears, and that's not probably going to be helpful.
Well, we told them to get you. They're kitchen.
I don't know that that's going to satisfy Sarah. She seems like the kind of person who just wants death.
What? No, ears is all she wanted.
Well, we might not have to kill them, but can we incapacitate them and then cut their tongues out? And possibly also their hands, because, you know, they can point and things. But if they don't have hands, they can't point. If they don't have tongues, they can't talk. So we're in the clear.
Well, how many guards are there?
There are 4 of them.
I mean, we could easily incapacitate them. We could also easily kill them. I don't really care. I know Sarah will be quite upset if they don't come back, but it's not our fault if they got captured and their tongues were cut off and their hands were cut off, and then we rescued them while also killing the enemy. We're heroes.
Such
Well, what if they write a message with their feet in the sand?
Do they have gold?
Well, then we can cut their feet off. I don't care what we cut
Oh.
off. We cut everything off for all I care. Cut their heads off, and then they'll just be dead.
Well, they'll bleed out. You've cut too many body parts off.
We
it's a
got
risk,
a
everyone.
suggestion that we could eat them.
Well, if we cut off the dog can't talk. If we cut off their hands and their feet, all we need to do is burn the little stumps that are left to cauterize the wounds so they don't bleed out.
You have done this before.
Well, how about we just go back to camp and turn the ears in?
So at this
And what
point,
if they say, oh, by the way, Sarah, they didn't actually kill them, and then she's going to give us an audience with her father, which we need. Because I need to get this bounty off of me, or at least get a bounty on all of you so we're equal.
Oh, we tried to kill them, let them get away, and your bounty doubles.
No,
Oh, well.
no.
Why are we? Why? Are they after us? Are they?
No, they're not.
If they're not
Millicent's
with
being
us-
paranoid.
At this point, we need to assume they're our enemy.
She wants
As
to
far
kill
as
everyone.
And they're in league with the garden.
I think we should probably hold off for a while.
Yes,
Yeah,
how
keep
about
that
we hold
Hillary.
off?
And it
Yeah,
sounds like
you're
that's the
crazy.
general. That's the
So we're
vote.
just
Crazy
going to
lady,
these
yo.
guards walk back into camp and tell Sarah, oh, by the way, they didn't actually kill them. They just took their ears. She's not going to be happy.
Well, yeah, but she said to take the ears.
She also
How would
said
she-
you could get rid of them, right? And we
Yeah.
got rid of.
Right.
They
If we
left
had
with
it
a
in
message.
writing, it would be easier to argue, but we can try it. I think this is going to backfire, but what
That's
the
I
hell.
don't think so.
So you're outvoted. So
Yeah.
Well, Badab and Enora agree with me.
Not
Well,
this year, Hillary.
they're usually humans.
Count.
by the way, Melusine,
Humans don't get votes.
Enora's a free elf.
Well, that's too bad.
Free elf.
I gave her a sock. She is free.
well, as you look around, Melusine, it occurs to you don't see Enora.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I sent her to go get the dwarves.
Well, you'll
Well, we'll
definitely
find out
have
if she's
purpose.
still alive or not. It'd be really unfortunate if she's not. I'll have to write to her family.
Please send another daughter.
Oh, they have plenty.
Make one.
My
She
most
has
heartfelt
10
condolences.
sisters. They can afford to send me another sister. It's
Incidentally, do you have another daughter?
fine. They have plenty. I know.
Millicene goes to the cloning factory under the guise of Master Scythidius. I'm in the Daughter Army.
I quit.
With
I mean, maybe they can send me one of their daughters that can actually do something.
Orn, you can tell that the sky is getting the sun is beginning to get low in the sky. It's late afternoon, approaching evening. You've probably got 2 or 3 hours of daylight left.
Right? We should probably be setting camp soon, right?
Or heading back to the Oasis.
How far is the Oasis?
Hop, skip, and a jump.
It's like an hour away.
Let's just go to the Oasis.
Yeah.
Oh, the lady who wants to kill everyone is just cool. All right, let's go.
I'm not gonna camp out here. I don't like camp. pretty much already camp all the time.
Valid. So,
Off we go.
as you head north across the winding tract of interspersing canyons and sand dunes, they're on there. I promise, they're on there, John. Bort, they're definitely canyons. Definitely canyons on there. As you head north and approach the ruined Raishar Harat camp, Orn and Gary, the two of you may roll a survival check. Nobody else had nobody else had points in survival, right? It was just Orn and Gary.
Proficiency in survival?
Proficiency, that's the word. Thank you.
I'm not proficient in survival.
Oh, I thought you were really good at it. Was it Eve? Do I have that backwards?
Yeah, no, it's not me.
Okay.
No,
Oh, well.
I'm usually good, but
Well-
I'm exhausted because of something.
I rolled 11.
Bernard has proficiency in survival.
There you go. Go ahead and roll for Bernab. Oren, you're feeling very tired.
11.
Yep, I got you, Gary.
17.
17. Bernab informs you, Melusine, that Enora's tracks stop at this camp. There appears to be a scuffle in the sand.
For the sake of Raw, I'll share with the party.
Scuffle.
Yep.
Scuffle.
I knew it.
Well, we could just leave her.
You didn't send her out
Oh.
for toilet paper, did you?
I'm going to ask Bernard if he can distinguish if there were other creatures or like who did she scuffle against based on the footprints.
Well, Bernab tells you that it definitely looks as though several individuals approached. She attempted to flee. There was a fight, and her feet leave the sand, and their tracks head off to the north.
To the Gnolls.
All right. Well,
Did we catch up with the guards?
That's what you get on a 17. Yeah, the guards are waiting for you. I assumed you guys rejoined with them.
Yeah.
They
I'll
seem
share with the
strangely standoffish, almost like they're constantly watching for a false move.
Mm-hmm.
Shut your face. Shut your face.
So I need to go get Enora and go north. I'm gonna go with Bernard. I can give someone the sack of ears to deliver. I have to go get her.
The Oasis
I'll,
is north.
I'll grab the ears and take them.
All right.
Are we really about to split the party?
Guards want to go with me.
The four guards look at each other, look at you. Oh, Madame, the Oasis is near. My lady Sarah, she would be more than willing to assist you in reclaiming your handmaiden.
That would be wonderful, but I can't waste any time. I need to go ahead, and if she would send some others, that would be wonderful, but I don't have an hour to spare.
It would seem she has been taken by vandals.
Right.
How do you're just going to rush off to the north?
Yes.
Well, we shall convey your message to Lady Sarah. Perhaps she shall dispatch additional soldiers.
And let Lady Sarah know that the Sun Throne would be forever in her debt if she were to help me.
Roll a persuasion check.
Forever in there.
It's gonna drop that out there.
Barb?
Of course you did.
Well, when you say it, verify it. Verify it. Yeah, pick it up and show us. 'Cause
Does this prove anything? No, I could have just. Oh.
Well,
Sorry.
in that case, so you in a very eloquent speech, Melusine, you see the four of them kind of straighten up and almost regard you with a little bit more deference than they did a moment before. And their leader their leader bows and goes, "I shall convey to my lady."
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you actually persuaded her yet.
And he's going to turn, and the four of them begin to head off at a rapid trot.
All right. Well, Bernard and I are going to go north and follow these tracks. If anyone wants to come, that's great. Someone needs to deliver the ears. And if you want to kill guns, that's also
Why are we splitting up?
I have to go get Enora right now.
Oh, we can just get her all the way back.
No, I have to get her right now.
Oh, why?
Because it's Enora.
Yeah, she's a handmaid. Oh,
Right. She's my handmaid. She's not a slave. She's a free elf.
yes, she's going to do your hair, your makeup. Who cares? Do it yourself.
I don't need
Make you biscuits and sandwiches.
This is all natural. I woke up like this. Anyway, Bernard and I are going to go get Enora right now. I can't think of a reason to wait because it's already been however long, and who knows if we'll even find her at this point. If we wait longer, she'll probably die.
Right, we go turn the ears in, get Malcolm and the rest of the boys. We go get them.
Someone go turn the ears in and get Malcolm and the boys, and then follow these tracks north. I'm going now.
Malcolm and the boys.
Oh,
Someone go get the 7 dwarves. Bernard and I are going to head north.
Hey, can I sense a
isn't the
trail?
Oasis north?
Sure,
Oh,
Bard.
no.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check, or roll an investigate. There you go. That's the one you want.
This is it's not using smell.
It would be
perception?
using smell. So you go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Sweet. Oh my
Good.
god. That would be a modest 20.
Okay. Bard, you're able to detect the distinct scent of Gnoll.
I know that growl.
Smells
I'm
like
your best friend still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that growl.
I have like one paw up, looking
It's a
just
jackal.
one direction.
well,
I'm gonna start trotting off in that direction.
all right. It smells like a pack of Gnolls, Bard.
I might not trot as quickly in that direction.
Well, the dog's going with me, so bye.
So, who has the bag of ears?
Born.
Okay. And are all of you going to the north, or are you guys splitting up?
Someone needs to go
Anything
to
Steve, that we can just have them deliver this. Bernard.
Bernard's got to go with her.
He's coming.
Well, what about the guards to take the ears?
The 4 guards that
Because
are
they
trotting
might
off at
say,
speed?
"Oh, by the way, Sarah, we killed everyone and killed that party, so don't worry about them. We need a representative from us saying, by the way, we're still alive. Come help us." We don't know that those boys. And besides,
Why don't we just go and get her, and then we all collectively go and drop off the ears?
I'm also fine with that.
Yeah, let's just do
That's
that.
the easiest thing to do. Simple. Jesus.
Well, the guards are left us. They're leaving.
We don't need them.
Lucifer. For Lucifer's sakes.
Eve makes a point.
Okay. So,
Then we go home.
You're gonna let this elf lady get away again.
Bard,
Every time.
Bard, you
Getting
have the
us into
scent,
trouble.
so if you want to, you can track them.
Very
easily.
Now, with me being your best friend, am I able to understand it's just like kind of what you're saying based off of like past encounters?
Yeah, you can like get like latitude, longitude coordinates that are coming out. 165, 39.
So, half of Orn's vision is like what a predator drone is like looking at over the waist.
I have it in my sights.
Okay. Orn's like looking at different weapon slots.
I see the future.
So, all right.
I'm going to relay that then. That Bard is sensing some kind of danger in that general direction over
Yonder.
You get a general concept,
Yeah.
Orin. You realize that it is a handful of gnolls that you were tracking.
Sorry, what was that?
You realize that you were tracking a handful of gnolls. This is what you can tell from the way that Bard is treating the situation. You can tell that Bard takes it very seriously, more than if it was just one gnoll that he was following.
Yeah, the number of bristles on my back.
the mohawk that comes up,
It's like Mohawk code,
mohawk code.
3 bristles, it's Gnolls. 2 bristles, even.
After an hour, I'll say, Bard, you can realize that the gnolls are slowing down.
Okay, I'll relay that information.
We're taking Enora to Isengard.
Oh God, I'm so tired.
If we're following another pile of poop, I'm gonna be upset.
I think we should. How far is Enora to the north?
You are an hour to the north, so you're roughly.
We need a rest before we go anywhere.
You can actually see the edge of the oasis just to the west of you.
It's not going to help my exhaustion.
Do we see any distant light from maybe a camp?
It's still daylight.
Oh, okay.
The sun hasn't set yet. Sorry?
Is the scent getting stronger?
The scent is getting stronger. It's getting fresher. You're definitely following them. You're definitely approaching them. And
remember last time we were here?
Bard,
they mentioned.
Sorry, Gary. Go ahead.
They mentioned that Gut Ripper had a camp on his side of the oasis. That's what it could be.
Gary, go ahead and add yourself an inspiration die.
Oh! I don't know what that means.
You've added so you make a note on your character sheet or somewhere nearby that says you have 1d6 inspiration die. That means that at any time you can add that d6 to any roll that you make.
Before you make the roll, you have to, according to the book. Now it's your rules, but according to the book, it's
I honestly
you have to state it before you make your. Because there's some like bardic inspiration, you can actually use it after the roll, but before the decision is.
Fair enough. All right, so just before the roll, but still, you can do it. I believe you can do it to any roll. So if you're doing God calls, if you're doing damage rolls, your choice. Or if you're doing a miscast.
Yep.
Nope.
I honestly, if we're gonna be tracking these gnolls, if we're gonna run into gnolls, I think we need to be at full strength, and I'm not anywhere near that.
Well, if we're at the oasis and it's just the other side of the oasis, then we can rest at the camp and turn the ears and walk around and get up with Sarah and her ladies.
The thing is, I'm gonna need about 8 hours.
Don't think we have 8 hours when it comes to Enora.
I don't think we do. No. Can you sleep and someone carry you?
No.
Do you have to be still?
What about a short rest?
No, short rest won't work.
Well, we could get.
That doesn't matter right now.
He's got exhaustion, so.
Sorry, we're having a pet detective moment.
Dog whisperer.
Yeah. I'm also known as Caesar.
So the time is roughly, I'll say it's roughly about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. In the afternoon. The evening has not yet begun because the sun is setting later.
Now
We got about an hour of daylight left
around
before.
7-ish. So that means we'll get to Enora around 7-ish.
Correct.
I mean, I guess we could take a long rest up there once we get Enora, right?
Sure.
Okay.
As long as you don't enter.
All right. Well, as long as Thoric just stays on our ass about everything, healing us and stuff.
No, I'm running low on supplies. Just kidding.
Oh!
All right, so you guys are going to proceed?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heading forward over the dunes, Bard in the fore, Bard, you begin to smell the presence of other gnolls. What definitely smells like a gnollish gathering ahead. And as you crest a low dune ahead of you, you see that there is a winding trail that winds up a ravine of rocks, a rocky ravine, that term, up towards a low ancient wall that surrounds some kind of statue in the distance. And from that, you can see and you can smell, you can see smoke rising as the sun sets, and you can see it lighting the smoke trails as they go up. You can smell meat cooking, sweat, waste. It smells like a large encampment of gnolls.
Yeah. Any idea of like how many different scents I'm picking up here as far as
there are more than 10.
A lot.
Ooh, okay.
Now, just to describe the situation for you guys are at the base of a ravine that dips down and then rises up a almost sheer rock face. And as that winds up and around, you can see there is a wall up there on this rocky wall. You can see there is a stone wall, an ancient stone wall that's been built up on top of this thing.
Can we name it Jackson?
Yes, I was just thinking of that.
Only if we accidentally shoot at it.
Yeah. Too soon. Too soon.
Still too soon.
Sorry.
It's been a while. All right. Based off the scents that I'm picking up, my ears go back, my tail goes between my legs, and I look up at Oranges and kind of whimper.
Is there a way around this?
What's happened to the dog?
Orange, go ahead and
Yeah.
roll. Anyone who wants to may roll an investigate check. Oren, you would roll this with advantage, but right now go ahead and make a normal roll because of your ambition.
17.
8.
6.
3 out of 9.
0.
Thork, what you got?
5.
Okay. Well, this is very thematic. Oren, as you analyze with your years of military experience the lay of the land, you realize that this is an intentionally planned fortification here. The Gnolls have positioned themselves where there is really only one approach to their camp, and it is this long winding trail through which you'll be exposed the entire way. The only other two ways that you see to get up there would be to scale the cliff on the left-hand side, and then you'd have to get over the stone wall once you got up that, or to go all the way around, climb up on top of the rocky hill, and then come down from on top of the stone wall.
Or third option is to not even go to the camp.
What if we burrow underground?
I mean,
Why do you come up with the dumbest, hardest?
The dog idea.
I gotta admit, I didn't think of that one.
And we have a dwarf.
We need dwarves.
Using
We have
mainly
one.
mainly spoons, Melusine?
Let's
And
just
leave
leave
it
it.
for-
I mean, I'm mainly going to have the dog dig, and the dwarf can use whatever dwarfs use, and then I will.
My hands.
Well, it looks like she's gone.
Okay,
Actually.
so
He's not
obviously
gone.
we're not going to entertain the
He's not dead!
digging the tunnel. So, is there a way around this camp to get to our original destination? I keep looking over here. The original destination, and skipping this camp altogether.
No.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
certainly.
Yes, there
For that
definitely
Oasis.
is. The camp that you guys were originally heading to, the Oasis, the nomadic Oasis, is directly to the west of you right now.
Okay, that's where we're going. Let's
Right.
skip
No,
this.
Enora.
Well, I
That's
think she's
where we're
gone.
trying to go. We don't need to go to the Gnolls right
But I need
Back,
to.
Alicia.
now. And Nora's not with the Gnolls, right?
No.
Yeah, that's why we trapped her here.
Holy crap!
What did you think you were
Andy.
going?
What?
Why did you?
Andy, just to clarify, the Gnolls and where Enora are almost in opposite directions at this point, right?
No. The
No!
Bard was tracking the Gnolls, which encountered Enora, and that led you here.
That's why I was asking if there's a way to get to original destination of where Enora was and skipping the Gnolls.
No,
But obviously, it's not the case. Okay.
Nope.
They are the same.
All right. So then I'll relay the information to everybody as far as either scaling the wall, going down the windy path, or sneaking around behind and going that route.
Okay, well, let me not do that again because I was trying to be smart there, but instead it blacked out the screen. Sorry.
What?
Andy, I assume I smell Enora's perfume or whatever. Does she wear perfume?
You have detected her scent along the way,
Okay,
so you're very certain that you are following her.
Okay, gotcha.
So which way do you guys think we should go? Should
We go get to Nora. I don't care which way we go, as long as we get her.
Right. And I'm trying to be strategic about this so I don't get you killed.
Strategic.
Because your life is more important than everybody else's because you're an elf and whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Thank you. Yes.
Wow.
Notice like-
Somebody mark that down. That was
I
some
written
serious
down in my
roleplay.
diary. Dear diary, today someone said.
So yeah. So do we want to? Because if we go down in my experience, if we go down the winding path, we're going to be setting ourselves up for failure. So in reality, the only two options is we either scale the wall, which might be hard for some of us.
How high is the wall?
Yeah, how about no?
Looks from this distance, you can see that it is at least a 10-foot high wall.
So you can poop up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Or we can, it might take a while, but we could sneak around behind and try to sneak in that way, which is a little bit more exposed. Those are the only two options that I see. Going through the front is not enough.
Are we downwind of them?
You are downwind of them, yes, because the wind is coming out of the east.
So if we sneak around behind, then we'd be upwind.
I like the climbing idea.
Yeah, if you do approach the camp from the north, you would be aware that they would be downwind of you.
Okay, and they're Gnolls, so they probably have a good sense of smell.
So you want to be downwind of them. That's where you are right now is
Right.
advantageous to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how you're learning that from the way that Bard is standing, somehow.
We're best friends. Like we just have this weird like communication.
My ear is flapping in the wind.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Was it the ear flapping or was it yours?
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll go with that.
So who's in favor of the scale on the wall?
All I gotta do is just fly.
All right, so that's the majority of us. So
Here, how about give me the bag of ears?
You want me to carry
why do you
up?
want the ears?
Because I'll be the smart one to save you all again. Just trust me. Give me the ears.
Ever.
This is
Yeah,
a terrible idea. We want to jump into an old camp with Gut Ripper. Gut Ripper, the man who collects slaves while we're all tired. We want to jump in there and attack more than 10.
I try to
Great
say
plan.
take the long
Another
way.
great plan.
Did you call Enora a slave? Because she's not.
I mean,
That's what
according
I'm
to
worried
definition.
about what I said.
She's paid. She's not a slave.
Well, either way, same thing. Come on. Give me the ears and I'll save you guys. You can jump in there and I'll come with the cavalry.
Fine, then Susan comes with us. She can't stay with you.
No, she doesn't.
Then
She loves me.
I think she's a grown woman. She can make her own decision.
Susan, what do you want to do?
I must stay with
Ha!
him who holds my life, death.
Yes, but
We kill him, you don't.
What?
he's not going to live much longer. He's already like 1,000 years old.
Right. Exactly.
I will fulfill my oath.
All right.
All right, so she's staying with him no matter what.
Oh,
I'm gonna give the ears to her. No, I'm not. Never mind. Because,
Just hold on
yeah, I'm
to
gonna hold
that.
on to him. Never.
Melusine, I'll say Melusine and Eve, the two of you can detect an almost manic devotion in this woman to fulfill this oath.
Understandably so. She wants to.
Very driven.
She walks out. It happens to us all.
So now, apparently, we voted. So we're gonna go scale the wall then.
Yes.
Our real dog is trying to sneak into Bard's bedroom. Sorry.
All right, so the sun is now setting. You realize you have maybe an hour of daylight left, and that being pretty spotty, and then it's going to be dark.
Great
We
plan, guys.
Directly-
Great plan.
Directly,
Set their campfires so we can see.
directly to your west, you can see the Oasis, the pool. That's directly to your west. That's maybe 20-30 minutes travel, and beyond that, you can see the nomadic camp. Directly ahead of you, you can see the ancient stone wall, and definitely at this point, you can pick out smoke rising above it. What do you guys want to do?
Well, hey,
Field
can
wall.
somebody tell me, please, what the best possible plan of action could be? Tell me the best outcome here.
We get Enora and then we go to.
Please tell me how. How do we get out?
We kill
Tell me how.
everyone, of course.
We jump over a giant wall and we just kill everyone.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds like a terrible idea. One, how do I get up that wall?
Well,
Two, how do I
You
kill
can
everyone?
stay
if
behind.
you can't climb,
So don't worry about it.
maybe somebody could help you if you would be nice.
Oh. Well, we still have to get past the part where we have to kill everyone in the camp.
I mean,
We're all
we're
tired.
pretty good at that.
Done.
Can you poop with somebody?
So the best possible outcome was we maybe potentially can do it.
What if we try to negotiate? Or
What
Enora?
Maybe
Hard
we
to
jump over
negotiate
their wall
with.
and start shooting them. That's a great way to negotiate.
We got some of the blue rock.
I'm fine with that. Give them that cancerous blue rock.
Why would you?
That's a bad idea.
Why would
Well,
you
if they're
suggest
like,
it's
how about we
cancerous?
just kill you and take it instead because they stole someone already?
Look, if we can give them the blue rock and get Enora back, we don't have to need Enora back.
I think that might be our best option.
Let's try that first, and then if not, we kill them.
Okay, how about this? There's one other option, maybe. Just maybe listen to this. We go 20 minutes to the west there. I'm pointing at the camp. We tell Sarah we had a member stolen from our party. We bring Malcolm and all the dwarves with us. We get her back, and then we get away.
You can go do that, but I will be right here.
I don't understand how that would work.
She'll be dead by then.
Well, we double our size, double our group size.
Melusine, I'm gonna say since you interacted with them before, if you want to, you can roll an insight check. What's your insight score?
What a great question. +2.
All right. You remember that the last time you saw Gut Terror and his band of merry Gnolls, they had several slaves in tow.
Mm-hmm. Right. So the slavers. Why don't we tell them that we found so they can ride out and get those humans and we take Enora?
I think your audio cut out there.
You did.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we go to the gate and say we're looking for Mr. Gut and tell Mr. Gut that we know that he's looking for some humans to enslave and we found a camp and we point him in whatever direction we want and they leave to go get these humans, and we go in and get Enora.
And if we need to, we have some blue rock, and I got a giant green emerald.
Tell them that you got that from the humans. So these humans not only are slaves because they're unmarked, but they have treasure.
I think we've got a plan.
Perfect. And then
Alright.
kill them all.
Okay.
Answer to the dog.
Yes. Okay. The dog agrees.
Wonderful.
Does anyone else have an objection to that? No. Great. That's what-
Not
Of course I do,
We
but
can do
whatever.
something.
You hear a heavy,
That's-
You guys love doing the wrong thing all the time.
you hear a heavy sigh from Dark Eye.
What's wrong, Doc Eye? What?
I am nothing. I am
What?
ready.
To fight? Why are you being so melancholy?
I shall fulfill my oath sooner.
She plans on dying. She plans on dying here.
Alright.
For your stupid elf slave.
She's not a slave!
Whatever.
When you die, from however you die, I'm going to cut the skin off of your face for saying that.
Oh.
We're only
I
walking
like-
much forward. It's pretty old.
Okay, cool. I'm feeling you look really cool.
It's gonna look just like the thing that he had on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Melicine's gonna have what
Right.
Kyle has. All right. So, what's the plan here? Are you guys just
Well,
walking up
it's
the
back.
hill?
We will approach the camp as a diplomatic party.
There you go.
All
All right.
I'm staying far behind you guys. Huh?
Because the walk is
I'll
different.
pull up the rear.
You make
Back
your
in.
way.
Bart is gonna stay with Gary.
And the rear. Okay. The dog's smart too.
So, as you make your way up the winding path of strewn sand and rock, you pass at the top of the hill the splayed, dried form of some kind of humanoid that's been spread out.
Oh, how
between,
inviting.
It's been spread out between twin stakes and left to rot in the sun. It is completely dried of moisture. You can't even really tell what kind of a humanoid it was. And
Are you up there with me now?
No,
Was it me?
I'm back here.
as you
You're
continue
with Gary sniffing his butt.
as you continue down the path, you can see that the ground here is very, very well traveled. Looks as though groups of individuals come and go on this path, and you become aware of the fact that you are being watched. As you
Oh,
look,
perfect.
as you look forward, you can see that there are a couple Gnollish scouts at the base of this 10-foot wall that surrounds the statue at its center. You can see them kind of eyeing you, their hands twitchily holding onto arrows notched on bows. And I'll say that, well, Bard, you're smelling. I'll go ahead and say Thoric and Orn, and Eve, the three of you can go and roll perception checks. Say your experience would make you more likely to be aware of this.
5!
12.
7.
7.
That's what happens whenever you have disadvantage.
As you look at the
Internet.
As you look at the rock face of this almost solid stone edge that rises above you vertically, you see that it is broken in places that would make perfect hiding places for lookouts. But as you scan the rock face, you don't see any. As you approach,
Well, this how inviting. What do you guys think? Maybe they're gonna bargain with us.
definitely smells like cooking meat as
Great
you
plan.
approach, and wet dog. And as you approach, one of the Gnolls like hobbles forward and he goes, "No further! What want you?"
No further.
Yes, hello. We're here to speak with your leader. What's his name? Gut something? What was it?
Gut tear. You want to speak
No.
with gut tear?
Yes, Mr. Gut. Well, we have some information that I think he's interesting in exchange for something that he has of mine.
What speak gut terror? What you bring?
I'm bringing information.
No speak gut terror for free. What you bring?
You'll lie.
Go. You know bring fee. You know bring price. Tax to pass through gate.
I'm gonna pull out one little blue stone.
One little blue stone?
Yeah, one of the mystery stones.
How many do you have?
I have my other character sheet. I don't know. I know I had a few. At least 5.
Okay. Just go ahead and make a note that you're a whole. Are you giving one? Are you offering one to him?
I'm just holding it up. I'm not offering it. I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks. He goes. Oh. What is?
Oh, I mean, it's very valuable. We got our lives for this. Just one of these, and we have several that were potentially willing to trade for information and other to talk to Dutch.
He looks at his companion. You see his companion. Looks at him and nods. Give here. Then speak gut terror.
I'll toss it to him.
He catches it. Wait. And he turns, hobbles back in. There's a little bit of a shoving match at the gate, and the other guard takes the blue stone from him and sticks it in his pocket. Like shuffles away. After a few minutes, you see a large, burly gnoll step his way out. He has a thick black mane. He's missing one eye and an ear.
Another one.
He's missing most of the features on the right side of his face. Looks like something very, very hot was held against it at one time. And he steps out. He's accompanied by 6 other gnolls, all of them carrying various weapons. And displayed prominently above his breastplate is a gold medal, one of the gold medallions that you've seen before. As he steps out of the central tent and walks his way across the courtyard towards you, you can see he's kind of like gathering his companions until there's 6 of them and him. And he approaches the gate. He goes, what? Ask to speak, gut terror.
I want to speak with you. We have some information. You seem to have somebody of ours, a friend, that we would like back, and in exchange, we'll give you some information about a group of humans that we've come across that would be prime humans to sell into slavery. They're unmarked.
You say I take one of yours?
No, not that you took, that you have happened to come across.
I mean, I suppose it's possible that she wanted to join your group, and if so, I still need to speak with her.
How many humans you offer?
10.
All right, roll a persuasion check.
Very healthy. 13. 15.
What was the
12.
12? He is very suspicious.
I'm
He is very suspicious.
gonna pull out another blue stone.
We also have these.
His mood totally changes when he sees the blue stone. How many you offer?
Oh, that's pretty much all I had as far as that, but they have more.
He like looks at the rest of the
We
party.
traded some things for these blue stones, but they have plenty more.
You traded humans?
No, there's more involved with that, but the humans have more. I'm sure that's what you're interested in, right? Humans and these blue stones.
He like looks at the blue stone that you have.
He has it now. I played with him.
Is not enough. Twice this.
The humans have that.
Maybe I have seen your friend.
The humans have it. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any more, but this is what we were able to get.
Where are these humans?
Oh, we need to see our friend first.
I'm not going to give you information without knowing that you have.
He snaps his fingers, and
Feels like a Game of Thrones moment of
you
negotiation.
see one of the Gnolls rush away. Perhaps I have seen your friend. Or perhaps I have not.
Oh, well, perhaps we've seen some humans with a bunch of blue stones, and perhaps we have not.
When did you lose your friend?
What is our time? I have no idea what the time scale is here.
This is earlier today that you sent Enora.
A couple of hours ago.
Okay, it's been like a couple
It's been
hours.
like 8 years since we played, so.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Has it been like 2 or 3 hours?
It's been less than 3 hours.
Alright. It's been just under 3 hours.
You see, one of the Gnolls comes and he basically hauls Enora out of a tent, and you see that her hands and feet are bound, and she like stands her up where you can see her. This, your friend?
That's her. Does she look like she's been injured?
She does not look like she's been injured, but her head is wrapped. The top of her head is wrapped in a thick garb.
What's around the top of her head?
I don't know what you say.
Her head. There's something around it. What is it?
Cranium.
Perhaps
It's been marked.
Perhaps she is marked. Perhaps she is not. Would be wrong to enslave unmarked.
She's an elf.
Perhaps if you say humans are to be found, and there is the blue stone that you say, perhaps you can ransom her before she has a mark.
I told you she was a slave.
Are you saying you mocked my handmaiden? Mocked a free elf, a lady of...
No. He points to his gold medallion. Gut terror is honored individual.
Would you like to be honored by the Sun Throne as well? Because we could really use people like you. We enslave humans, and you good at getting them. And honestly, you would make a lot more money back in my lands than you would here.
What you offer?
I'm offering you a job. A high-paying job to be the slave gatherer, capturer, whatever title you call yourself, of the Sun Throne. But I can guarantee they will not even think once about hiring you if you have mocked an elf.
He like leans forward and starts sniffing you.
I wouldn't do that.
You do not smell like royalty.
I'm a duchess.
Elves all smell clean. You want your lost elf shoes? I think perhaps she is slave. But if you bring twice as much of this blue rock, then perhaps she is not slave. Perhaps I do not find marks on her forehead. But if you do not have this blue rock, if you do not pay her price, I think she grows marks. I am done. And he turns.
Take the bandage off.
He turns and he walks back. He just walks away from you.
I'm gonna kill him.
I have 3
Isn't
more.
he like OP? Is he really powerful?
What are you asking,
I-
Thork?
I don't care.
Is Gut Terror like OP? Like is he? Yeah, he's pretty powerful, right? Yeah, he's a couple levels ahead of us.
I want to cut his head off, and I want his little fancy gold necklace thing.
That's a good question, Thor. Based off of my military experience being a soldier, can I have some like basic insight on that?
Sure. I'll say you and Thork can both roll an insight check. What's your insight, Thork?
I got a +1, but remember I'm exhausted, so
My insight is +2.
Okay.
So you want us to roll?
Thork,
no, he was.
Thork, you're not certain, but Orn, you're certain that this camp is very dangerous for all of you. You can see that there are at least 20 Gnolls besides Gut Terror inside this camp.
Now, do I feel that Gut Terror is probably someone that we couldn't handle?
He looks quite capable of a fighter, and
Yeah,
these scars that are on him make it look as though he's been doing this for a while.
I'm going to quietly relay that to the group.
So, Orn, you're familiar with the Gnollish bands that are out here on the waste. You spent a good bit of time out here. I'd say you're probably familiar with the concept of kidnapping and ransom. Also, you're probably familiar with the concept of kidnapping, and then if the ransom doesn't come in, branding that person as a slave.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Nosine. Hand her what I have left of my blue stones.
Discreetly.
Discreetly, yes.
You lay them
How
all.
many is that?
And I'm going to look at you and say, you owe me.
Fine. Whatever you want.
Do what you need to do.
Does he have enough blue stones to cover? I don't know how many you had.
He asked for twice as much as what Orn showed. Orn showed him one of the rocks, so if you give him 2 of those, that's enough.
I have a total of 3, and I hand you all 3.
Okay.
All right, I will put 1 away and just have the 2 to offer to him.
Okay.
Good.
Do you signal or anything?
Oh yeah, asshole, turn around.
He's like almost all the way back to his tent. Looks at
Do you want this? Give me my friend.
He like shuffles over. It takes his time. He's
I'm
like
going to try to play it off. Look,
sauntering.
you had some the whole time?
He's like sauntering over, and he looks down and goes, all right. He reaches out a massive paw and clutches the 2 pieces of stone, snaps his fingers.
I don't let go of them.
Okay.
Not until I have my friend put her hand still attached to her body alive. My hand.
He leans forward close enough you can smell and you can see the fleas moving in his fur as he looks down at you.
Yeah.
Is there like another Noel picking them off, eating them?
You may have your friend. And he strokes the gold medallion on his chest. They cut her free and they rip the thing off of her head. You see she doesn't have any marks on her forehead. She kind of like quickly runs over towards you. She's like trying to maintain a level of dignity as she makes her way out of the camp here, but you can tell she's shaken up.
And then I'll release the stones. And by the way, you might want to bathe.
He's like pulls me, looks
I'm gonna pull you
looks at
away,
he like looks at Enora and goes, "Shame would have had good price. You are a new elf. This is worth much more. Go. He like turns. He's like kind of like looking at the bluish stones as he shuffles back towards his tent.
I'll give
So-
Orn back his blue stone.
I
the
don't
extra-
want.
Enora is shaking.
You don't want it?
She is
No,
she
you can
she
take
is definitely
I don't
very
want
relieved.
this. Who wants this blue stone?
Thoric might want it.
Or do you want this?
Thork, you
I got my own. I'm good.
All right. I'll have Benab hold on to it. And actually, no. Enora, this is what we paid to get you back. Hold on to this and get back to the camp. I don't care what you.
okay. She like doesn't even really notice. She's just kind of like shaking and she like holds on.
And
to
I'll
the
take
stone.
my cloak off and I'll put it around her.
Okay. She's very, very relieved.
When we get to Sarah, we're going to tell her that these Gnolls are enslaving elves. Just FYI.
See how that goes. So now let's go turn these ears in. Take a long rest. Go from there.
Wait, let's go this way instead. Let's go on another adventure.
Gary, I
No.
will break your legs.
What? You guys are totally up for it.
You know what?
Let's go on one more adventure where we go fight.
Beneficial.
I just hate how that face is
Let's
just
just go shoot all the
chilling.
Gnolls here. Let's fight them. Let's do it.
All right. Well, you can do that by yourself. We're going to the Oasis. Bye.
Hey, Gary, by the way, we were right. So.
Oh, really? You lost your rocks. You lost.
Do you want this other blue rock that Enora has? You can have it.
You could say Orn
yeah.
got his rocks off.
I have.
No
You
more
lost
blue
the
rock.
stones.
All right. So the sun is set. It is now twilight, fading into night. You can see the oasis lights across the. You can see lights, torches that have been lit in a ring all the way around the oasis, and you can see movement down there on the oasis. Looks as though they're still maintaining a watch through the night. Also, beyond that, dozens of campfires light up the rise of stones that is the nomadic camp.
We go that way.
All right.
We should be welcome as heroes.
You head your way down the oasis, and round the oasis, you pass guards that are still evenly spaced about every 10 feet around the oasis. As you approach the market, you can see that the market has been shuttered for the evening, and a group of guards has been posted at the north end of the market, just at the entrance to the nomad camp. So who's going first?
Owen, do you still have the bag of ears?
I think Gary has them.
No, I have them.
Pretty sure
I
I
think-
them.
I have them.
Owen and I will go first, since he's got the ears and I've dealt with Sarah.
All right. At the entrance, you see a group of Galthani nomadic guards. They look to be dressed as the barber guards that you've seen before. There's one here that's talking with the guards. Looks very young. He's wearing an ornate sword that has jewels all over the hilt. And he's got a thick sand veil that is metal. He's got it strung underneath his throat. It's basically like strands of chain, but they look silvery, as if it's a piece of jewelry into and of itself. And he's sort of chatting up with the guards, and as you guys approach, he looks at you, goes, "Ah, these must be the errant adventurers my sister hired, and your return. Your return
You're
having...
Sarah's brother.
I am.
What's your name?
My name Hasim.
Hasim. It's lovely to meet you.
Yes. My sister. Yes, she spoke most highly of your adventurous nature.
That's lovely. Can you fetch her or find someone who can? We need to speak with her most urgently.
You need to speak to her. But whatever about?
We had a little mission for her.
Ah, yes. The clearing of the vagabonds. Yes. Do you have any ears with you?
We do, but they're only going to her.
No, I'm her brother. I would be happy to take them for you. I shall deliver them for you.
No, thank you. I'd like to deal with Sarah. There's something else I need to tell her most urgently.
Perhaps you are unfamiliar with the way things work here in the camp. You see, I am my father's son. I outrank my sister. So.
Congratulations! I'm my father's daughter. Where's your?
Well then, if that is the way it will be, I do not think my father will appreciate how you have disrespected his only son.
I actually don't have any proof that you are his son. For all I know, you're just someone pretending.
Like pulls his metallic scarf. You see there's a bronze medallion there. You see, I bear the mark of the family of Kavar.
Why is yours bronze and not gold?
I point to my scar on my face. I bear the mark of curiosity.
You'll mock the son of a sheik.
I'm just saying, we all have our marks.
My father will hear of this. He like turns like shuffles away. Like a couple of the guards like snigger behind his back as he walks away, and like, a couple of like look at you. Like,
okay, Kylo, bye.
After a few more minutes, you see Sarah heading towards you, her breastplate glistening in the starlight and the light of campfires. She goes, my friends, you have returned successful.
Yes, we have your ears, and I have some disturbing news about a group of Gnolls.
I was only just informed by my guards that you had completed the mission and were setting off in search for your handmaiden. I see she is well.
She is, but it appears that some of the Gnolls have taken to capturing elves and branding them as slaves.
This is a serious accusation you make. Which
That's
group
what they've written.
Which group of Gnolls?
Unfortunately, they're led by someone who commands a lot of respect, from my understanding, but his name is Gut Terror, and it seems very unusual that one of such high standing would do something like this.
That is most unfortunate. Yeah. Yes. Well, I shall take this matter to my father.
I would appreciate it. Would you like your ears?
She like leans in a little bit, close enough to where you can all hear her. You would do well to keep this information and these dangerous opinions to yourself. They may be true, but things that are true are not always easy to hear.
I understand.
Good. Come, this is cause for celebration. Now, my guards told me a strange story of your convincing the Rasha Harat to cut off their own ears.
Right. Of course. We figured we'd humiliate them and kick them
You're
out
not
of
there.
What do you mean I'm not there? What are you, stupid dragon? Where am I?
He is there. You're all there.
Yes, of course.
You're in the back,
Kept quiet for 20 minutes.
and you're old man. You can't hear anything.
Well, we thought it would be, like our orcish friend said, we thought it'd be an added humiliate them first.
At first, yeah, but then you allowed them to leave, to break camp and depart. I had
We
to
got rid
dispatch
of them. We got rid of them.
No. You chose to show mercy to a band of vagabonds, and this speaks well of your heart. It also speaks to your ignorance here. In the future, if I hire you for a task that involves dispatching my enemies, I will be more precise in how I wish you to dispatch them.
So
But
children are your enemies?
Perfect.
That would be helpful.
Do
We
you,
didn't like specificity.
do you have the all-important bag, then?
I've been throwing it in his face. Perfect.
She catches it with deft reflexes, Orin. Kind of might surprise you how fast she moves. Almost like a snake. Just snags this bag. And without a moment's hesitation, she opens the bag, digs her hand into it, and you see her leafing through the ears. 20 ears. She pulls out a bloodied hand. 20 ears, and your task is done. Well then, my friends, you are welcome in the camp of the Sheikh Kavar. Come! I have prepared an audience for you.
We go.
All right.
I don't like the idea of prepared audiences for us.
You proceed.
Sounds like Game of Thrones, Gladiator, or something.
What? Who was DMing for you people that you became so paranoid?
We only have one DM, Andy.
Who would be responsible for such a thing?
You know, it would be great as if there's a certain person among the audience members who happened to be a really powerful goddess. It's Devin's favorite character.
I hate you so much. Wrong game.
I know, but I still love it.
You guys proceed into the camp. You can see that most of the tents here are roughly the same size, big enough for a small family to inhabit. However, interspersed between them, not interspersed, every now and then throughout the camp you will see a large tent, a very, very large tent, which actually looks like several tents cobbled together. You pass one that looks very religious. It has a large golden bowl out front, which unmistakably the sign of Baal. You pass another one, which has the symbol of healing for the elves, a ever-blooming flower, which is strangely like a sun elf. And then you arrive at a large tent. So big, it's actually built up on a platform of other tents. They've erected timbers here that appear very, very old. They must have come from before the Desolation. And they've built a 2-story tent here. Clearly, this is a tent of someone of great import. And as you look up, you can see that there are guards posted all over this tent. Come, my father. He is taking his evening relaxation and dinner. You may join him.
We thank you.
And I thank you for your services well rendered. And she leads the way up a sandy path towards the entrance, and the twin guards pull the... Sorry?
Did we get gold for this mission?
I don't know, did you guys negotiate gold?
No, it was, she was going to help me with my money.
So,
Right, another thing we just got nothing for, to help the elf.
The tent opens in front of you, and you can see a smoke-filled den. Lush cushions lie over the floor. Incense burns in a number of braziers that hang around the room. And at the far end of the room, shadows dance against a silken divide. And you can hear music playing from inside.
What's the quality of music?
It's pretty good. It's kind of like a I would say it's a more of like a why can't I think? It's more like a bar or a tavern, that kind of mood.
Okay. Yeah. What's being played? The harp?
Some strange kind of wind instrument is being played here. Has kind of a gassy quality to it. Is that the word I'm looking for? Has kind of
Irish
Fury?
folk music.
So something in the
I
low
don't really want a
res.
gassy instrument.
it's
The brown note.
it's not like not like a recorder or a flute.
Flute?
It's not
A
it's not like,
piccolo?
it's not like a flute. It's more like a ukulele type sound.
It's a wind instrument that's a
Oh,
ukulele.
Ukulele.
kind of like what they play in India.
Guitar?
A sitar, yeah, that thing.
What's that thing? Yeah, that word. Thank you.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
didgeridoo.
Oh, I like a didgeridoo.
Is that an actual instrument?
Yeah,
It's that Australian.
Oh yeah.
The
Nope,
best
that's
instrument
yep.
ever.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
Wait, that's what you're talking about?
Tractor beam.
Look at that.
Yep, I
I
think I
guess.
just accidentally killed the. There we
Or
go.
bagpipes. Someone suggested bagpipes. Was that
Ooh!
photon?
That is
Wait,
Hey, There's bagpipes.
Yeah.
Ring.
what a clever person that person is.
I'm playing Amazing Grace on the bagpipes.
That could be really good or really bad.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. No, you're right. It would be kind of like bagpipes. All right. So, anyway, as you walk in, led by Sarah and her guards, she pulls a silken sheet back, and you see before you a scene laid out. Hasim, the younger brother, you see he's sat on a cushion just to the left with a sour expression on his face as he eyes you as you enter the room. Forward, in the middle of the room, two human girls in scant clothing dance a beautiful dance in the center of the room. Their foreheads marked with the symbol of the laborer. And sitting in a large, very, very large cushion that barely supports his elderly weight, a very elderly elf watches the twin dancers at the center of the room. Beside him, you see a priest that is at a lower cushion, and he has his hand beside the elderly elf's arm, and he has the symbol of Baal. He wears the ornate headdress of a priest of Baal, and he sits next to him, and the priest stands up, like half bows towards Sarah. The elderly elf does not even notice you. He's just sort of watching the two girls that are dancing, and the priest makes his way over. Goes, sir, my lady Sarah. These are the adventurers you told me of. She goes, yes, Omos. Now, my friends, this is my father's trusted priest, Omos. You will speak to him. He speaks for my father.
I will curtsy.
Omos bows just a little bit. Goes, welcome to the tent of my sheik. I humbly serve our elder father as he presides. What news do you bring to our humble encampment?
Well, there's quite a bit going on. There's a lot of confusion, but I am mostly concerned with the state of elves around here. My other party members have other information that they would probably like to share, but what exactly, before we start that, what exactly happened to this Oasis? How did the sheik come into power here?
The dog that jumped in the water.
Oh, my lord, the Sheikh Kavar, he travels the wastes and leads the family of Kavar. When we heard of the devastation of the sacred waters here at the Oasis of the Sacred Palm, we hastened here with all speed. And when we arrived and discovered that Pasha Kozar did not have proper faith, my sheikh ordered his immediate dispatchment.
Such a wise move.
Yes, this sheikh is most wise. As all of you look at this elderly elf as he kind of just sits there, he hasn't twitched. He's just, you can see he's breathing, but he is staring at these two girls dancing in the middle of the room, and that is the entirety of his intention. He has not
Is
even,
there another,
he has not even
helper?
looked at you guys once since you entered the room.
Hey, Andy, can I check to see if he's there's a spell on him?
Yes, there is.
How do you want to do that?
Like a perception, I guess, as a perception check to see would that fall under that criteria?
It would need to be very, very good, but you can try.
Here, I'll cast detect magic.
You want to cast detect magic?
Yeah, I can do it whenever I want to as a eldritch invocation.
You can, but they will definitely be aware you're doing that.
Yeah, we kind of wanted this on the low. Would it be under insight or perception?
I'll say it's a perception check.
Okay.
Perception
I'll go
or
for
investigate, your choice.
Would it not be an
detect
arcane
magic
check?
bad? What's going
Oh,
on?
there is Arcana. Well, I don't know if that falls under.
That would be yeah. You can do a knowledge arcana check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
That's
go for
in
it.
my intelligence.
So Gary, what I'm
that-
saying is
that an aggressive move?
your casting a spell is definitely going to be seen as you being aggressive inside.
It's a,
So I got
oh,
I got a 2, so I don't notice anything. Man, this thing sucks. I need to get dice.
So, Gary, what do you want to do?
Well, I didn't know casting detect magic's considered aggressive. Like if I just do it and look around. I didn't know that's aggressive.
Casting a spell on someone or at someone is going to be perceived as being hostile unless they're
It's like
just
invading
already-
someone.
I'm more so just doing it to look around at my environment.
You would need to actually target it at something in this instance because you're trying to investigate him.
Okay. Nah, I'm good. I don't
Okay.
care.
Well,
He
Omuz,
likes his ladies.
as Omuz is talking to Melusine, he says, So, my lady, Sarah has made me aware of your predicament, and I have communicated to my sheikh. He has graciously, since you have fulfilled the pact, he has graciously offered you the protection of House Kaval. And
So appreciated.
20 years earns you a just reward. And he motions aside. You see a large human slave, just rippling muscle, comes into the room. He's shirtless and he carries a huge chest in his arms. Looks like a professional bodybuilder.
That's what I used to look like.
Slams the chest down in front of you. Again, the old elf does not even react. This human slave is marked with the brand of a soldier on his forehead. He stands up, and the almost waves him away, and he shuffles back and moves behind a curtain and is gone. Omuz throws open the chest, and takes a little rod, and he jingles gold coins back and forth. 200 gold for 20 years. 20 Harat years. He slams the lid shut. This, and he reaches into his robe and pulls out a bronze medallion with a large Kavar written on it in Elvish. For you, my dear. And,
Thank you.
and a writ he hands out to you, naming you a friend to Sheikh Kavar and his family. Should any bounty hunters who could be persuaded to save themselves from tangling with ones as dangerous as you challenge you, you should make them aware that they will find no succor in the tents of the family of Kavar, or so my sheikh has spoken.
So this
I will
doesn't get rid of
accept
the
them.
bounty.
Sorry, Eve?
This doesn't get rid of the bounty at all.
No, friend Tiefling. My sheikh only has such limited power. The Sultan's the Sultan's power does extend greater, but should you stay to the eastern side of the desert, you should be very safe. And the Sheikh's power is great within the Oasis.
I'll accept them, and I will deeply curtsy and thank.
My Sheikh has other things which perhaps we should discuss. But for now you are granted a tent here in the camp, and you should go and rest. My Sheikh needs his sleep.
I have a question.
Yes, friend Dragonborn.
It's a very serious question. Does your Sheikh bring all the boys to the bar, to the yard?
Kill them all.
I'll help.
I know.
I slit my own throat.
too.
So, the trapdoor that opens drops you into the Rancor Den.
Who knew that would be the...
It's level 20, and
Y'all knew all this for his mistake.
I don't make the rules.
Hey, don't be jealous.
Sorry, I just had a note here. If anyone's a moron, they all die. So, guys, we are going to take our break here. We're a little bit late getting to it, so I think we'll go ahead and plan on being back here at 8:55. Does that work for everyone?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and put us on the intermission. Yeah. Yep, I can hear you. I think that's it's cool. We'll just work it out afterwards. Can everyone hear okay?
Yes.
Can everyone hear okay? Yep.
Yeah, and it's coming through the stream.
So someone was having video dead video. Nope, everyone's good now. Everyone's good now. I was just saying that's why I didn't want to start it. Was everyone was not live yet. So we return to the tent of Sheikh Kavar. Melusine, having received a bronze medallion marking her and a writ marking you as a friend to Sheikh Kavar. And Orn and the rest of the party getting a chest of 200 gold. So, Omos motions you back, and Sarah pulls back the silken curtain behind you.
Hey, Mandy, do a quick sound check. We have a comment that nobody can hear you.
He muted himself.
Oh, he's muted. Okay, well that's fine.
Ah, okay.
Because he's eating.
I mean, I'm eating too.
Yeah.
He's a loud eater. Give him a break.
Did you know?
Yeah, smack loud.
Chili is really hard to prepare quickly. So
Just
I'm
because
gonna-
you're eating applesauce.
I'm gonna be working
He's
through
eating
mine.
Tater chips.
I mean,
Alright.
I think Bard's muted. That he's just dead silent.
Yeah, I think he has an invisibility cloak on.
So, Sarah motions that
Shit, so wrong.
she motions that it's time for you guys to leave, as she holds the silken veil back. What do you guys do?
Off we go.
All right. Outside the tent, Kazim doesn't say a word to you the entire time. You're in there, by the way.
He's a little boy.
He's a young man. He looks a little bit younger than Sarah. Not very noticeably.
I mean, there are several ladies in our party who can take care of that if we need to. Fine. I'm not worried about that.
Enora.
I'm gonna give Enora a break for a bit. She's been
Oh man.
I feel like everything that involves Enora always ends with she like leaves with her pride being injured or something. Something that matters, some form of shame. She never gets like a clean, like honorable backstory.
But she will be rewarded greatly once we return home.
I thought you were gonna say when she dies. Like in heaven, her reward will be great.
You just call yourself God?
Yes. Yep. That too. Her reward shall be in death.
Poor Enora. So as you exit the tent, Sarah, she outside the tent, she goes, "So, you did well, very well, and now you are friends to the camp of Kavar. A tent has been prepared for you. You may come and go as you wish from the camp as long as you carry this medallion."
Thank you very much, Madame. And I believe your brother was not quite as fond of us when we met him. So we do send our apologies.
Kazim?
Yes.
Oh, he is young and rambunctious. Yes, he does not always make the best first impression, but he is a good kid.
Hopefully.
So.
Well,
God.
I shall leave you for the night. Your tent awaits. Should you require anything, madame, you have but to ask.
Thank you so much.
She turns and her guards escort her away through the camp. After a short while, one of the guards points down the path towards you, towards a tent at the base of the hill.
Okay.
Off to it.
I sprint down there to find a spot that I can get dirty.
All right. Bard, you find a tent with 10 bedrolls. They're not laid out yet. They're like folded, but they're all clean.
Yeah. I roll for all of them.
There you go.
Just stepping on everything.
Yep. All of you guys arrive at the tent. Bard's already gone in there, and he's getting it ready for you. The bedrolls didn't have any sand on them, so he's putting the sand on them for you.
Thanks,
Don't
Bard.
even worry about it.
I just look up at you guys with a shit grin.
I'm going to take 3 and use prestidigitation to clean them, and that's going to be me and Enora's and Bernard's.
Okay.
Stupid dog.
I don't really care.
So it's
I slept in woods.
I have
I'll
my
clean
own.
anyone else's if you'd like.
Yeah, actually, I have my own bedroll, so get away.
Just for anyone who's interested, the tent actually has 4 partitions inside it. So there's the main room, and then there's a left wing, a right wing, and a back wing. So
I pick left wing.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It's basically like 4 tents within itself.
Why does that make sense?
Moving on.
So the greedy dragon's going over to the right wing, right?
I'm staying in the center.
Dang.
The center is a morass of just dirt being slung everywhere and nothing ever being accomplished. So I don't know if you're going to be able to get any sleep here, Orin.
We'll figure it out. So,
does anyone want to do anything tonight during your rest? Or do you guys just want to take a long rest?
I just want to take a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, long rest.
As soon as I put the tent down, or the bedroll, I just pretty much fall asleep dead. Just pass out.
Okay.
I guess the baby has something to think about that.
Yeah, that's my child, so my bad.
Somewhere in the
Also,
night, you hear a child squalling. You're in a camp full of elves, so all right.
Full of crazy children.
So, everyone's going to sleep.
Yep.
Well,
all right.
So who's ordering pizza?
I mean, I work for Domino's, so I guess I could
Send one to me, please.
Does that
I don't
Do
think
they have,
anyone delivers it to my house.
Pineapple special.
No pineapple.
absolutely
No one
pineapple.
Pineapple would be
Yeah.
in the
People who like pineapple on their pizza get extra credit in this game.
No.
Mhm.
No, people who like pineapple on their.
Oh, I'm sorry, your audio cut out there, Devin. I don't know what happened.
That was
What a shame.
Is there a pineapple tent? Can we just move to the pineapple tent?
Like SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Oh, we could create a courier service, Pineapple Express.
So, as all of you are betting down tonight for the night, it dawns on you that it dawns on all of you except Melusine, who's snug as a bug in a rug, that none of you are setting watch.
all right, freak. I'll do the first shift.
As Benab stoically maintains his post through the night, and Melusine knows that she's safe no matter where she goes, as long as she has her little manservant nearby.
Well, after 4 hours, I'll let him sleep.
There you go.
Hey, so after my first 4 hours, and I assume it's still dark outside after the first 4 hours, I want to watch the patrol going around the water and identify any gaps in their patrol.
You're like a velociraptor.
Yes, clever girl.
Bard, you wake up in the middle of the night and head out into the. It's middle of the night at this point.
Oh yeah.
You head out onto the in the middle of the camp.
Yes.
There are many scents that come at you from different directions. Roll a perception check as you examine the oasis.
So that'd be a 21.
Okay.
21.
Bard,
No, I did that
as
at
you
work.
take in the scene of the camp, here, you notice there's not a lot of activity. The guards down at the pool in the starlight have kind of settled down. They're just taking it for a fact that nothing's moving around the oasis. It's been very, very quiet down there. And you can see that they do have a regular patrol that they, after a few minutes, the guards will pair up and they will all shift down about 20 feet around the pool. When they do this, there are...
Shit in the pool?
No, they shift down 20 feet.
Forgot
They're
the
spaced.
pinky.
They're spaced every 10 feet, and then after about 20 minutes, they come together and they shift down 20 feet, then they spread out again.
20-foot shits in the pool. Alright.
So what you're saying is during that 20-foot shift, there's a potential opening
Yes.
to the water.
Yes, but they are also more aware during that shift. So
Why do you think shit
as
is
you're
shift?
as you're taking this in, and as you're doing your doggy calculations here, you notice something in the camp. Someone dressed all in black walks stealthily between the tents, making their way towards the south end of the camp.
Like away from us?
Like away from you.
Okay, I want to stalk. I
Okay.
want to get into a crouching position and just follow them through the camp.
Okay.
Squirrel.
Roll a stealth check.
All right, so do I get advantage since I'm...
Oh yeah.
captured?
All day. Your
Okay.
size,
Well,
your
all night.
the night, or all night. Alternatively, man, missed that opportunity.
Oh, all right. Well, it's still decent. That would be 21 again.
Okay. Undetected, you proceed after the humanoid, who's definitely trying to be very stealthy. Looks as though they're quite skilled at this, but not as stealthy as you. As they make their way out of the out through the oasis, through the nomadic camp, they reach the edge of the camp, which is a sheer rock face that descends underneath them. And as they reach this, they shake the sand aside and reveal a rope that hangs down over the edge. Well, they reveal a rope that's buried in the sand, and they hurl it over the edge and begin to rappel down the edge of the wall. They disappear over the edge ahead of you.
How far down is the drop?
Less than 60 feet.
How thick is this rope?
It's probably less than an inch. It's like a normal rope.
Okay, so let's see. How short
Sorry?
is it possible for me to chew through this rope?
You could try. It would take you some time. It's gonna be like a rawhide that you're working on. Your teeth aren't that sharp.
Yeah, I don't think I have any spells for this.
You probably wouldn't be able to get through it by the time the person reaches the bottom.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
The
So
wall probably wouldn't be enough to kill them.
right. So what's down at the bottom? Can I tell what they're doing?
Bikini bottom.
As you look down at the bottom of the, as you look over the edge, you see there are indeed some elven ruins down there. Very, very ancient ruins. Looks like some kind of buried building that's been buried in the sand. And as this black-robed individual reaches the edge of the rock face, they conceal the rope against it and disappear into the ruins.
Okay, so I've lost track of them.
You can see their footprints down there. It's about 30
Gotcha.
feet down.
Okay, I'm gonna poof down.
Okay. I'm saying you're not under any stress, so you can do that.
Okay, I'll poof down and try and catch his scent and follow where he went.
You do. It's easy. Roll me a knowledge.
Common sense.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. Roll an investigate check. That's the one. Right, roll an investigate check here.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, that would be a 4.
Okay. The scent is vaguely familiar to you, but you can't quite place it. As you proceed down you can definitely follow it. You follow it into the ruins here.
Don't. It's not me.
Those
It better
anybody-
not be me.
He's a sleepwalking thief.
As you
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go down into and find what trouble lies there.
All right, Bard. As you head into the ruins, you pass several buried walls and what looks like ruined buildings until you come to a doorway of a building that is dark, and you see the footsteps that go down into the doorway. And just faintly, you can hear the sound of moving stone that stops.
Do I see anything with my my little fayish blink dog eyes?
You see the distinct impression of footprints in the sand leading into that doorway.
Okay, I go into the doorway.
All right. As you stand at the entrance of the doorway, you see not a small room ahead. Appears to be featureless. Looks like a lot of sand has blown in here. But again, you can see those footprints that lead to the far wall where they disappear into the wall.
Oh, okay. So there's just a wall there now, huh?
Mm-hmm. There's also a little bit of a recess in the sand, which looks like sand has. There's like something has taken sand out of the even layer of sand in this floor. Strangely.
Gotcha. Okay. So I can't really tell like what lever they to reveal some like secret door, right?
You don't see any. The wall appears completely featureless.
You cut out.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The wall appears featureless.
Okay. I guess just for the sake of time, I'll assume that I've lost their trail, but I'll take note of this spot and I will hurry back to the water.
Okay.
Trying to get this damn water.
That,
All right.
like a laser pointer. All right. We're gonna cut away from you, Bard, as you make your way back to the
Fair
pool.
enough.
I won't forget about you for tonight, though.
All right.
Melusine, you wake up Banab has been on watch all night, along with Thoric.
I'll have him sleep and I'll take watch.
All right. So Melusine is up now, Thoric. The two of you are... I can't...
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sleep now. Get
Okay.
my rest.
All right.
So Melusine's on watch. Is anyone else waking up, or everyone else is...
Yeah, I'll wake up. Gary only needs.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I'm
good.
an early riser. Old man riser. Early. Gotta get the paper.
Now.
Strangely,
Paper,
although she
coffee.
normally only needs 8 hours, Enora is sleeping.
You
She's
cut
still
out
sleeping.
again.
Even though Enora usually only needs 8 hours, she's only needs 4 hours. She's sleeping through. It's almost like she had a hard time.
Andy, you are cutting out a lot.
Mic off. Mic on.
I got the gist of what you were saying, but yeah, you're cutting out.
I see you talking, but don't hear you.
Mic off. Mic on.
Under. It's like under.
Andy, we see your lips going, but you're not making noises.
Yeah.
Your lips are moving. Your lips are moving. Your lips are moving, but you're lying.
Powering off.
Is your microphone good, Andy?
Powering on.
How about now?
Yeah.
Mic on.
Yeah, it's this headset then. Sorry. All right. So since although Enora usually needs only 4 hours of rest, tonight she appears to be sleeping all the way through, as if something really serious happened.
All right, I'll let her sleep.
Yep. It's this headset's wireless connection, but I don't have the option to go wired, so yay forward march of progress. Anyway, do you or Gary want to do anything tonight while you're taking your watch?
Yeah, dude.
Gary's just gonna kind of not watch. I'm just gonna stare at Cyclops the whole time she's.
Oh my god. That's so creepy.
Oh
Gonna
yeah.
watch her sleep.
Okay.
I will actually watch then.
As
And
soon
not
as
do
she,
anything
as soon as she moves
I
to
don't
like
think you
wake up,
wanna watch.
I'll look away and act like I was just not looking.
Really creepy.
Mm-mm.
He's in love.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not love.
Kind of like stalkerish, borderline,
He-
weird,
It's one-sided.
very one-sided.
It's fine
All
line.
right, so,
Creepy,
Bard,
romantic.
back at the pool.
That's right.
Bard, back at the pool. You stand
Yes.
secluded between two dunes,
Yes.
moved about as close as you feel you can get here, and
Yeah.
you're roughly about 40 feet short from where you could teleport to the water. So we'll say you're 100 feet from the pool.
Okay. So, do I feel like while they're all stationary, would be a better to approach the pool since they're staring blankly?
You feel like it'll be
out in the
different.
dark?
You feel like it'll be a different kind of experience.
Hmm.
So if you're
Gotcha.
going to approach them while they're not moving, you can. If you're approaching them while they're not moving, then they'll just be trying to detect you moving through the sand. But if you're going to try to approach them while while they are moving, you're going to have to try to deceive them. Make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
I guess I'll wait until they're moving,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make my approach. I'm gonna try to get within 60 feet of the shoreline.
It's
So
dark.
40 feet.
It's dark, so you'll be just at the edge of their visibility.
Perfect.
And they're 10 feet away from the pool, so you'll only be 10 feet within their visibility. They'll just barely be able to see you at that point. So go ahead and roll a deception check.
A deception check, or
as you're trying to look like the sand.
would that not be a stealth check?
Isn't that charisma based?
That's charisma.
Sorry,
What am I going to be like acting like sand?
That's me trying to be too
I was
clever.
saying-
Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Sorry.
Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, that 20! Give me that water. Give me that pool.
They did not roll a nat 20, so as you move into their space, they just continue to walk on by, and you realize that you're in the gap. The other two elves that are making their way towards you are too far away to see you, and the pool lies prostrate before you.
Oh, I just jump in that shit.
Oh, Lord.
Go ahead and roll the new.
As you do splash into the water, Bard, you hear exclamations from the shoreline.
Yeah, assholes, your guard is down. All right, I'm gonna poof the fuck out of there.
We have to roll for that one under pressure.
Yeah.
So as the guards are rushing towards you, Bard, and as you stand up to your waist in water, up to your little doggo waist, as you can feel it on your belly.
Yep.
Cool, clear water. It feels like all the dirt and sand and muck that you'd built up over the past who knows how long is just washed away. It's almost like there's something magical about this water that just cleans you more intensively.
Meditation on yourself.
Well, no, not recently.
No, I'm gonna say that even if you did do prestidigitation, this is a real deep cleaning. Nothing cleans quite as well as pure, unsullied water.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, you just dumped Fiji
Holy
water
water.
all over yourself.
Did you say unsullied? We are the unsullied.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
So, as the guards, two pairs of guards rush towards you, drawing weapons. There looks a rictus of blasphemy and righteous rage. How did this happen? How could a dog have gotten in there? And what was that? what was that strange sound that preceded the splash? Go ahead and roll your check, sir.
Oh God! Oh God! No! Oh God! Okay. I think the best bet is to doggy paddle into the water.
Oh yeah,
because it's gonna be dark.
Are you about the Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
Canoe boat across
Get
the
submerged.
all right.
I'm going to just dive
Into the water.
Oh yeah, I'm going deep into the dark, into the black.
Okay. You dive under the water, Bard.
October.
Roll me an athletics check.
Name of the episode.
Roll me an athletics check.
Oh boy. Oh God. Wait, do I have any inspiration? I do. Oh yes.
You should have used it earlier.
I should have used the poop thing because it's D6. All right, that's 10. How's about a 14?
Bard, you dive into the water and successfully submerge yourself into the water. Feels really weird. I don't know if you've ever done this as a dog, but swimming under the water, you realize that the water is incredibly clear. And even at night, you can still see the stars above you. There are fish that move in the water here. Not many, but you can see that there is life under the water here.
Is there always a bigger fish?
There's always a big.
All the fish that you see appear rather small, but possibly if you go deeper into the water. How deep do you want to go into the water here?
I mean, I'm trying to work my way to the other side.
All right. So you hear splashing behind you as the guards charge into the water, and you've evaded them successfully right now.
Okay.
As you make your way into the water. Melusine.
So yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Melusine, back at the ranch. On watch, you hear in the still night the air broken by cries of alarm and a couple shouts that come from down at the Oasis.
Melusine Brickwind.
I will
Crap the dog.
peek my head out of the tent to see if I can see what's going on.
Okay. As you look around the tent, you see that there are guards kind of breaking away from guard posts around the camp, and they're moving towards the northern edge of the camp, where the exit is down to the Oasis.
I could kill someone right now.
God, what is wrong with you? You deserve to be in prison.
You're a psycho.
There's like directions I think the party will go. This is why DM prep is so useless. You like things you think the party might do, an entire bag of things that doesn't make any sense, but definitely is the only direction they're actually going to go.
Can I see maybe anything like what they're running to, or is it just darkness?
They look like they're moving towards the Oasis.
But I can't see like fighting or.
No, you don't hear any
blood.
fight. You don't hear any fighting. It was just those initial
You
two
hear
cries.
dogs open?
I'm going to check on everybody in the tent to make sure they're all.
Everyone in the tent seems fine, snug as a bug. They weren't very loud
Gary's
cries
awake.
either.
Gary's awake, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Gary's awake. He's just staring.
Your
Gary.
romantic trance is broken.
What?
Has somebody left this tent by any chance? Is everyone accounted for?
Well, as you
Wait,
look
no.
around, Melusine, that mangy mutt that got sand everywhere doesn't seem to be anywhere around.
Gary, I believe that your dog has been causing trouble.
Who do you belong to?
Not
I
my
don't
fault.
know.
The dog's not here, and I just heard cries from Sis, and I'm going to just assume it was the dog in the water.
Something in the water.
I'm just going to throw it out there as an assumption based on his past behavior, and when he gets back, I say we cut off one of his legs.
What the fuck?
Well,
What?
Who
Dude.
hurt you,
And the
Melusine?
cruelty.
Yeah, you're just so murderous.
Why do you always want to cut limbs off?
into trouble.
You just
I
want to
mean, we
stab
have to do
people and
something
cut
about
things
this
off.
dog.
Hey,
I mean, we
this is
can't
a
find a
shitty
lead.
regime. We need a regime change. Let's just cycle it and get somebody else in here. I'm not a big fan of the sheep or whoever this guy is.
What are we gonna
You're
do?
not there. You can't have the conversation.
Honestly, our best bet is to just pretend that we were all asleep and we have no idea what is happening, that the dog was missing at all, and we'll
I mean, that's for you and Gary to figure out.
Cut
I'm
back.
knocked out.
Cut back to Bard as he makes his way deeper into the pool. As Bard, the SS Bard surfaces. You're now fairly far out into the pond. We'll say you're a good 100 feet out there because you spent. We'll say you spent 2 rounds swimming flat out.
So that'd be 120 feet.
Yeah.
The guards. Well, your swim speed isn't that much. Anyway, as you look back, you can see the guards. A couple of them are in the water, and they're like looking around. They don't seem to be looking at you. They're like looking into the water. As you, like, they all look at each other, and there's this moment that passes between all of them. One says, "I did not see anything. I agree. I saw nothing as well. It's best we all head back on our patrol. Yes, I agree."
So they did not go in the water.
2 of them are in the water. 2 of them are like up to their knees in the water.
They're screwed.
And they like wade back out of the water, and a couple of them like smooth the sand on the shore. Must have been the wind. And they like like put their spears back up.
I say it wasn't the wind, but it comes out like a
Okay.
in the middle
Well,
of the pond.
yeah. In the silence, you hear several exclamations on the shoreline as a few other groups of guards now are approaching the water's edge. Couple of them light torches,
You mangy mutt.
and you hear an alarm begin to be raised in the camp.
Okay, how far am I away from the shoreline now?
You're 100 feet away from the shoreline.
Say what?
You're 100 feet away from the shoreline.
Okay, so I can get there in what, 6 seconds, 12 seconds?
12
Or
seconds.
like,
12,
yeah.
12
So
seconds.
2 times.
You can see that the guards are standing on the shoreline, not really knowing what to do about this. A couple other groups of guards gather around, and you can hear their voices shouting, "Is it Doug? Where? What? You're letting Doug in the pond?"
All right. So, do I see on the opposite line groups of guards congregating anywhere? Can I head towards the least populated area of the shoreline?
So on the other end of the shoreline, the guards are not approaching the water as close as the other guards are. In fact, they almost seem that the line seems thinner on the other side of the pond as they are spreading out, and they almost want to move closer to where the commotion is. So they're pretty thin on the northern side of the pond.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just double time it over there, and then once I am within 60 feet of the shoreline, I'm gonna poof onto the shore.
Spotting a gap between them, I'll say if you want to, you feel like you could pass between the two of them and they would not notice. Pass between the two groups of guards and they would not notice. They're spread so thin up here.
Yeah, that's gonna be my approach.
Okay.
Do I need a poof roll?
No, because you're not under pressure. So as you poof out, you appear on the northern shore.
All right. Oh man, that was supposed to be me.
That needs to be our go-to whenever we do a natural 20, something like that.
Yeah.
Like one of those little desk bell things.
Ding. All right. So yeah, I make my way between the guards if I can, and make my way back to the tent, casting prestidigitation on myself to clean the water off, and hopefully make it back to the tent, find some covers to hide under.
All right. I'll say go ahead and roll a stealth check. We'll just abstract your return.
With advantage because he's dark.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's not bad. Ooh, 25.
Okay. Melusine,
Yes.
the smell of wet dog approaches.
Not anymore.
Oh, did you prestidigitation yourself? I missed that? Sorry.
I did, yeah.
So, Bard saunters back into the tent. None the worse for wear and smelling quite clean.
I'm going to kneel down on the floor and say, "Come here, doggy, come here, come here."
Oh, it's evil.
No, I go the opposite direction. I go
one inside check.
I go over to the dragon.
It's a trap.
Well, he can't protect you.
You don't know this. Come here, doggy.
Well, I would say metagaming, except that he's sentient.
Wait, I'm what?
He's sentient. The Bard, a dog, does not know.
Is that an anime joke?
What? No.
He's saying that
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah. A normal dog may have just fallen for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. My dog doesn't go to me when he goes to my
He goes
wife.
to me.
So,
So
does anyone want to do anything else tonight before we settle in for the night? Is anyone doing anything else tonight?
I'm just gonna stare at Bard.
Yeah, I'll go back to staring.
Gary's also staring, but not
I'll
at
go
Bard.
back to staring at Cyclops now again.
oh, with one
Oh,
eye or 2 eyes?
I'll get back to staring.
he stares at her dead eye.
So, the night passes otherwise uneventfully. Dawn
Awesome.
rises the next morning.
Are there hanging guards outside? I said, are there hanging guards outside?
No, but you can see that there definitely seem to be more guards around the Oasis this morning. Even more guards.
No, I'm done.
They're also placing large metal balls with spikes sticking out of them. And they're throwing those into the pond, like bobbing below the surface.
Oh my gosh.
Big minds. Oh, man. Are they canine?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm kidding. So, morning. Do you guys want to do anything around the camp?
I'm gonna make breakfast
We gotta find
for
Malcolm.
myself.
Oh, Malcolm is also in one of the rooms in this tent. He bedded down for the night.
Oh, with us?
Hey, he's attached to you guys, so
I didn't know he met back up with them.
yeah, he was waiting for you back at the camp.
Oh.
He wasn't gonna go off into the waste, and one of you might have died.
Very possible with our track record.
So,
I'm gonna make breakfast.
Malcolm is also eager to get to this treasure hoard you've been promising him. So, around breakfast, he's hey, when do you think we'll be heading out on the waste then?
Well, today's as good a day as any. If you're up for it.
I agree.
I thought you some of my food.
All right, so we're best friends. So what's happening is,
whoa!
yeah. So last night I went to this ruin and I found this room
Are you
that
in?
has a no. But I'm like gesturing to your treasure chest.
Does Bard
And then,
draw
like,
an
looking out
intricate
the
map
door.
on the ground?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this scratching out the some kind of shape on the floor.
So, do you get gold?
Bard begins to dig a pit in the middle of the tent.
I try to make some kind of rough map to the ruins to the south.
I'll say, Orin, you are aware that Bard wants you to go south.
Okay. Here kind of reminds me, and I divvy up gold between the 5 team members. So each of you guys get 40 gold.
Okay.
The 200 that we got from earlier. Is that what you? Is that? Oh, you want to go sat? Okay. Hey guys.
How much does
I
Cyclops
think
get?
Bard
Wait, we have
might
6
have
people.
found something interesting. I'm assuming last night. He's insinuating that there's something to do with maybe gold. So I'm going.
Of course you are.
You guys should come with me.
I'll go.
But not to the
Wow.
ruins. Not to
What do
the
you do?
ruins then.
A group that wants to follow a dog. How smart. I'm glad everybody unanimously wants to follow a dog.
Hey,
You can stay behind if you want to.
you can continue to watch Cyclops.
Oh, she's awake.
Well,
She's right there.
Yeah, I said it out
I
loud.
watch her a lot.
That was said.
Oh no.
That
Why
was
do you think
definitely
I
said.
walk behind her?
What?
Why do you think I walk behind her all the time?
Oh.
Did you say that out loud with her there?
Well, just to have her back.
I bet you would have her back.
Ah, that I have.
Cyclops will grab a piece of raw meat and just walk out of the tent.
She hoping she dies from it?
If I were her, I would.
All right. So we're going to follow Lassie to the well.
Okay.
Timmy fell down the ruin.
As you head out of the tent, you pass one of the guards near the exit to the camp, and he motions you, goes, My lady Sarah mentioned that you should seek her if you are interested in assisting House Kavar.
Okay.
There is a reward in it if you are.
Reward, you say? What kind of reward?
You must ask my lady. I just a messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger. That's what they say, right?
Right.
I'm just kidding.
He looks uncomfortably around.
It was a joke
Uh-huh. So,
from my lens.
where are you guys going?
The dog.
How far away is the rope, the hidden rope?
It's to the south. Oops, excuse me. It's to the south. Yeah, it's almost due south of the camp.
How far?
It's not far, but it's underneath the wall outside the camp, so you could be there in 10 minutes.
Okay, I lead them to the rope and I try and dig it up.
Ooh,
But
okay.
before I make it
That's
super
inside the
apparent-
camp. That's not leaving the camp. That's inside the camp. You're at the southern edge of the camp, still on
Okay.
still above the rise.
Right. Now, at the ruins below, is there guards posted down there?
Nope. It just looks.
Okay.
You really wouldn't even notice these elven ruins. They have been here a very, very long time, and they're really just some stones that appear above the stand. As you look at them longer, you realize, oh yeah, no, that was probably multiple buildings that have now been buried by the sand.
Okay, so I get to the edge and I look back at them, back at the ruins, and I look back at them, and I look back at the ruins.
I think he wants us to go in.
And then I start digging up the hidden rope.
Okay, you find, sure enough, a buried rope. It's a large metal stake that has been driven into the ground quite deep, and then underneath that, above that, a coil of rope has been bound up to it.
I'm gonna pick up the rope and kind of goes.
How did he know this was here?
It's a
Probably got
good 60-foot rope.
Do you? Eve, who wasn't there, is saying, "How did
Oh.
he know?"
That's a good.
I
That's
was
a good.
like, well,
That's a good
obviously,
question.
from what happened last night.
Like I called her the dog.
I mean, it is a good
Well,
question.
I was taking my 8 hours.
I'm assuming this was from his, like I said earlier, from his travels last night, of whatever he was.
Travels are acceptable! I didn't get travel, I went outside.
Oh, he was outside. I saw.
How many trees did you have to soil?
Bard was outside. There were way more guards around the Oasis this morning, and he leads you to a bunch of rope.
Make your deductions from there.
Uh-huh. All right, so I'm gonna pull the rope. Where is it?
I mean, it's like 30 feet down.
It isn't like it's not attached.
Doesn't? I don't think so. Right?
What? You
The
broke
rope,
up.
it's not attached to anything down below. Like it's only attached to something.
The rope was buried underneath the sand on top of the stone drop-off. Bard dug the rope up. It is stuck to a stake that is buried on top of
How
this
old is this
ridge.
rope?
Looks fresh. Doesn't look very old.
Is it hemp?
Sure.
Okay, because hemp rope is stronger than like regular.
I think you're thinking silk rope is stronger. This is hemp. This is just normal rope.
Okay. Can I poof down there?
Yeah.
All right.
Bard raises a paw in farewell and is gone. Bard reappears at the 30 feet down a sheer rock face, roughly sheer rock face.
I'm probably second to Thoric. I'm probably the heaviest one here.
Welcome to Bard's Blues.
Name of the episode. It has to be.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna climb down the rope. I'm gonna do like a kind of like a rope check.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put my feet on the edge just enough where I can kind of rope and see how it feels, but not risk myself from like actually falling off the ledge.
It's just you're climbing down a rock face with a rope, so you don't even need to roll. If you want to do it, you can just do it. You're basically
Okay, yeah, I'm
rappelling.
gonna do it.
All right, you reach the bottom uneventfully.
Wait until everyone else gets here.
I see.
Thank you.
Yay, it's mosquito season. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how you got in here. So, anyone who wants to may climb down the rope. I don't think anyone has any reason. Maybe Gary, but I'll say Dark Eye will help you down the rope if you need help, Gary.
I'll fly down.
That definitely doesn't require a roll. All right,
Gary,
so is anyone not going down the rope?
Please break something.
So everyone's down the rope.
You all arrive down the rope in the ruins, in the elven ruins. You stand in what must have been a series of elven buildings that have been reclaimed by the sand.
Okay. I run to the spot where last night with the hidden door or something like that.
Okay. Yep. You Bard leads the way, and sure enough, he leads you to a half-buried doorway that appears from the sand.
So it's clearly a doorway.
This looks like it was a hovel that was buried by the sand, and you can see that there's enough space for a person to walk through if they hunch over. Also, you can see that there are tracks here.
Does he dog tracks?
Looks like you do see dog tracks, but you see human tracks as well, humanoid tracks as well.
You were here last night. Following somebody? Okay, where do they go?
I walk into the darkness. The dark hole.
Shit.
Did they come out?
Yeah, did they come out?
Rough.
I'm guessing that's no. 1 bark for yes, 2 barks for no. Understand?
Rough.
Great. God, I wish you could talk.
Roll a survival check, Orin.
Yeah, I'm no longer. Actually, my survival sucks, even though. 18.
Okay. You look at the tracks on the ground here. You can see that a set of humanoid tracks walk into the doorway, and a set of humanoid tracks that are slightly fresher walk out.
Slightly what?
Fresher.
So deeper. All right, I'm gonna go into the darkness.
Okay. You don't have dark vision, right? No?
I do. I'll go.
All right. Orin, as you step inside, you see a
I'll
dark,
pull out one of the torches.
very, very dark room. As you light the torch, the not small room illuminates around you. It's buried about halfway in sand, and on the far wall, you can see it is a featureless stone slab.
I go to the spot, at the spot in the floor that the person disappeared in.
All right, I'll say, Orin, if you look on the ground, you'll see that there are footsteps that lead up to this stone slab and just disappear into it. Also, there's a little bit of a divot in the sand here. Anyone who wishes may roll an investigate check.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel around and see if I can find any like air pockets or like. Five.
Okay. Anyone else rolling an investigate check?
You should investigate.
Yeah.
It's so different. 5.
Ooh, hold on.
Thoric, you get to roll with advantage.
7.
Wait, how much advantage?
Roll an additional d20 and
Oh,
choose the
dude.
higher. Choose the higher.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me throw in.
Now, we could theoretically take 10.
All right, 11.
You could definitely take 10 if you want to.
That was your advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Work.
nothing stands out to you. It doesn't appear that there's anything concealed here. And as you examine the stone slab, it appears to be a solid stone slab.
They must have walked in and then walked out right away.
Rough. So I take 10, and that'll give me a 13.
Okay.
Any better?
Nope. It's that you're certain there is something here. Logically, you know that there is some kind of entrance here, but you cannot see it.
This is a dead end. Thanks.
Rough.
So you agree?
Rough. So I'm gonna like push on the wall. Are there any like loose stones on the wall?
Nope. It's a solid stone slab.
Solid stone slab.
Do I see any like candle holders?
Torch holders?
Torch
Yeah.
holders?
Nope. I said it's a featureless stone slab. The back wall is a featureless stone slab.
What about the floor? Is the floor covered in sand?
Yep.
So
About-
floor's not.
The room is about halfway covered in sand, to where you can tell that you're walking on a layer of sand. You're roughly halfway to the ceiling, off the floor,
Do
off
I
the actual
feel
floor.
any gold tingly or anything like that?
No,
With
nope,
my dragon tingle?
nope. Your dragon tingle does not tingle.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're done here. What was that thing that lady was wanting to speak to us?
Sarah, the guard told you that if you guys were interested in helping House Kavar, you should speak to Lady Sarah again.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like that's going to be our best option.
What is it that you do for check for traps? Is it sleight of hand or?
It's just a
No.
perception check. They got rid of trap sense. I think that's what you're
Yeah.
thinking of is trap sense.
I've never heard of that. That's why I asked.
So as you look at the stone slab, all of you are smart enough to be able to realize that you're probably looking at a hidden entrance here. But for whatever reason, you're lacking the knowledge of how to open it.
Speak friend and enter. Melon.
Baba de poopa. Open sesame.
Nothing.
Maybe it needs a blood sacrifice.
Bard
There we go.
Bard stares at the wall and barks intently.
Oh, only somebody knew how to detect magic.
Do you say that?
Nope.
Of course. All right, so after staring at the wall for what you are all convinced is long enough, you feel certain that you don't have what you need in order to get through this wall.
Intelligence?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it.
Well, you're a dick. Thanks for wasting our time.
What happens when we follow a dog?
It's still early morning.
Oh wow, how funny! Who said that earlier?
All right. Well, I suggest we go see Sarah.
Probably someone else suggested. Why do we follow a dog?
Stand on the slab.
Right,
As you exit do you guys exit the ruins?
Well, you had a
Dude.
question.
What?
Seriously, has someone gone to stand on the slab?
Did you say there was a depression?
Slabs the wall.
The slab is the wall in front of you. There's a
I
little
thought
bit of a
there was
depression in the
one-
sand ahead of you. That looks like the sand has been shifted away, where the footsteps disappear into the wall.
Well, has anyone stood on that?
I'll go stand over near it and feel on the wall.
I assumed you guys did that, but it doesn't
Oh,
change.
okay.
I assumed you were examining the wall at close proximity.
Well, we didn't really specify right there spot where the sand depressed.
Nope, still no change.
Good. Yeah. Well, let's go talk to this chick and see what mission she has for us.
All right. As you guys exit the ruins, Malcolm and his 6 other dwarves stand in the elven ruins. Go. Was this where the treasure be? He's got his little pickaxe at the ready.
There's a wall.
I thought it was a way further.
Yeah, there's a door, but it seems to have some kind of hidden mechanism. Out. Do you know how to open hidden doors, dwarf?
Oh, that's our specialty, right?
I could.
Because our door failed, so.
How badly do you need it to be open?
A number between 1 and 100.
How badly do you want the treasure?
Where? Ooh.
I like her answer.
This was where the treasure be.
We believe
No,
so. Yeah.
it's not.
Some of it.
Oh! It reaches into his sack and he pulls out this small ceramic device. He goes, It's not close to the door that won't be open, and then, right? The treasure. The reason I ask, this little contraption of mine tends to remove the door and a good area around it.
Should be fine,
It'll be fine.
right?
Yes.
Said no.
I didn't hear that.
Where?
That's a yeah.
Well, this is definitely not a good idea.
No. I can tell you
Wonderful
because my
idea.
dragon tingle did not sense anything, so therefore there's nothing near the door.
Right.
Fair.
To be
Hey,
honest, we have no idea what's behind this door.
Not gold though, or anything worth of value. Directly behind the door.
We just discovered a hidden door. We followed a dog here.
Right. A hidden door means something special. Why would you have a hidden door to nothing?
Gary, sometimes it's best to not say things out loud.
Why not? It's a brilliant idea to follow a dog to a secret door.
I
Just
think
maybe
so.
keep them in your mind if you can.
Oh, it's a great idea. We should tell everyone.
toward to
Or
secret.
just tell Susan.
Well, I should mention then, this perhaps not this contraption like puts it back in the bag. If it's a secret door, it might collapse whatever passage is beyond.
Well, maybe you guys could take a look at the door and see if there's a something to do with it.
Was this our treasure hunter? No, I thought you said there were treasure. But now you're
There's
saying
more
you
treasure elsewhere. There's some treasure here. But there's other places we know of with treasure. This is just one of them. The most convenient.
oh, like looks. I can take a look at it.
Yes, please.
Let's look, and if it doesn't work out,
We can move on.
All right. So Malcolm struts into the room. He like walks up to the wall, and, like runs his hand all along the wall, the stone slab, like licks it.
What does his dwarf tongue
the
detect?
dog didn't lick the slab.
He like walks over to one of the dwarves, and they make a big show of rolling the canvas sack back, and you see they have a large, roughly barrel-shaped tube that has several different sized pickaxes inside it. And Malcolm like produces one of the pickaxes and like looks at it and then puts it back in, produces a different pickaxe that looks almost identical to that pickaxe, but maybe just a little bit smaller. And he walks over to the wall and he takes the pickaxe, angles it at the wall, sets his feet, shifts his waist a little bit, rears back, smacks. He like smacks the wall with the pickaxe, and there's a reverberating ting all the way through the room. Nip! Won't open for this. Oh well, where's that other treasure? And he like puts I hit it with my best my best secret door opener pickaxe. If it wouldn't open for that, Nathan short of an explosive combustion would blow it open.
Explosive combustion.
Must be
Alright, let's move on.
Must be some kind of magical spell over it. I'd bet. You don't.
Oh.
Yeah, usually with these kind of doors, there's some kind of keyword that must be spoken to it, or a puzzle.
No, I said it. What? Learn to speak.
Thoric.
All right, I suppose Gary's gonna cast detect magic, but he's not gonna let the group know what he sees.
Thoric.
Yep,
If you want to, you may roll an insight check here.
I will. Let me reopen my dice.
What's your insight? What's your insight score?
I don't have based off of wisdom, right?
So plus 0.
So +2 for your wisdom, right?
Yep.
Plus 2.
Yep.
You can tell that you can tell that Malcolm is wheeling and dealing here. He's giving it the old "I'm a dwarf, I know what I'm talking about."
All right, I tell Malcolm, don't BS these people. And then I'm gonna roll.
There's a magical field over the wall. In order
You're
to get...
cutting.
There's a magical field over the wall. In order to get through the magical field over the wall, I'd have to blast through the magical field. I didn't have the skill or the explosives. I'd most likely just make a large hole in the ground and the wall would still be there. Simpler it'd be to find the password for this door.
Did you hear anything?
Rough.
Gary,
Yes.
as you cast Detect Magic, you do indeed detect a magical field that emanates from that featureless stone slab in front of you.
Does it all look the same across the whole slab? There's no different pattern in a certain spot?
No, the wall appears enchanted. The stone, the entire stone wall appears enchanted.
Why don't we go help Sarah and leave someone come back tonight and spy and see if the person comes back and says the password, and then we'll have it for tomorrow.
I have a better idea. What about we go find the treasure you promised me?
Great idea, Malcolm. I love it. Finally, someone with some sense.
All right.
Let's not follow a dog.
I thought we were taking him to the garden.
What?
Right, we are. We're going to the Garden of Treasure.
That dog barks at...
Right, the Garden of Treasure.
That dog barks at an oddly punctuated time, almost like it's trying to say something.
If that dog learned to talk,
He's learned a lot of things, apparently, but talking is not among them.
I would give him a very large reward.
Very large bone.
If that dog can talk, I'm a young man.
You said you're a young mother?
Young man.
Young man.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do?
Go see Sarah, I guess. If she has any more quests, gold, treasures, information.
I mean, we could just go to get the other treasure. I don't know how many dealings we want to have with Sarah and her people. It might be safer for us to just leave while we're on good terms.
Yeah, I'm all in favor of like totally killing, but for another time.
Killing who?
Killing the ball cult people. The dude's clearly enchanted with the ball priest, so
I think that's
Take 'em
a
out.
fight for another day.
yeah, like next year.
Powerful, yeah. I think we should go get the other treasure and end on good terms.
Yep, agreed.
Gary,
Hey,
since your opinion means, what do you think?
What?
Thank you for your input. When I ask you to speak, you say what?
Yes, I'm confused. My opinion's never good.
Hey, Andy.
Opposite thing is the opposite of what we do.
Diving back into my bardic studies, did I ever read anything like Arabian Night? And would I happen to think of Open Sesame or something teriyaki?
I'm going to say probably no. I don't think Bard spent much time on the wastes, right? It was mostly in the human culture around the human settlements, right? And the forest.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking about books that I might have read.
So nothing that you're thinking of is giving you a clue as to what the password here would be. I think you don't know enough about this area in order to infer what that would be.
Okay.
But
Beast.
based off of what Malcolm has said, you're fairly certain that there is a password.
All right.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up here, and we will come back as you guys leave this room. We will begin our next session with everyone outside the room. That should speed things up a good bit.